tonight from a low-cost beer. Deep Creek Brewing Company's IPA, 6.9%. Can't find anything else about it, to be honest. From New Zealand, so yes, I've got a mate who'd be very happy with that if you knew. And yeah, let's dive in. I've been on the website, they've got a lot of beers, but I can't find this on their actual website. A lot of beers on the website, but not this one. So I don't know if it's one they've discontinued or what. Good evening. Oh, got to have a beer, haven't you? Oh, that smells juicy. Deep Creek's IPA. I reckon it's going to be a juice fest of a beer. Can't hear the klaxon going yet, the email klaxon. Probably one of them nights where there's no email. So, wow, got really nice juicy nose on it. There's slight hops, but very on the nose. It smells just really, really juicy. Yeah, no notifications tonight. It's strange, these notifications. I'm sure they do as they please. Oh, thank God it's been warmer today. What a lovely warm day. I put the fire on just to warm the shed up, but 12.5 degrees. What a difference from last week when it was like -2 in the daytime. Ridiculous. Something wrong with the British weather though. You can jump from one extreme to the other. 19 crimes. I've had that before. Yeah, it was pretty decent really. I think my own bargains sell it for about 6 or 7 quid a bottle. Oh yeah. Good evening. Yeah, that's on my Instagram channel. Yeah, I've keep posting little bits. Good evening. So, if anybody's had this, wow, what an absolute juice fest. Just leave it there for the minute. Lovely looking pour. Must not have been no notifications. In YouTube, eh? They're all good. So, colour, it looks amberish to me. A very light amber or golden. Sometimes with these colours and lights, the lights make a difference. In the daylight, they look different. Lovely white head. Although now the aroma's gone more muted. Straight out the can, it was a juicy, really strong, juicy. So I'd say more citrusy than tropical. Very smooth, juicy drink. From Lord of the Rings country. Good evening. Was it almonds I was tasting? I'm there, I'm eating it. And that's where the cake element come in. And I'm eating it, I'm drinking it rather, and I'm thinking, I know the taste. I know the taste, but I can't pinpoint the bloody taste. That's why the cake element came out. And I didn't look beforehand. I mean, I've tried to look for this one, see what it is. Just out of curiosity. It does, it's a really nice, juicy beer. This was part of that low-cost surprise beer haul that came the other week. And I don't think it's on low cost now. 2 litre beers for 4 quid. Good evening. I think I can't understand why pubs aren't opening up as little shops. I would. I mean, if you can set up a little shop, even if it's in the garden. New Zealand. And if you look on their website, I went on Deep Creek Brewing. Couldn't find this actual beer on there. I did find it on Beerwalk, but Beerwalk was about as much use as a chocolate teaspoon. Teapot. But yeah, on Deep Creek Brewing's website, there are loads of beers. Loads. I've got a mate who's got a real thing about New Zealand, so he'd love this. Good evening. No, it's normally about 6 o'clock anyway. I mean, we've just had to drop a cake off there's always a thing, isn't there? Yet I know that Rock Brewery do. No, it's not bad in here tonight, to be honest. I put the fire on, but it's quite warm. You know, I mean, it's been 12 degrees today, so it was pretty decent today. Yeah, Castle Rock Brewery, they go to farmers markets. And so whether farmers markets are allowed to do that sort of thing, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, there's always a way to get around anything, you know, as long as you know what you're doing. I mean, there's one at Bingham, there's one at near me, and there's one at West Bridgeford near me as well. Maybe. Yeah, it's a strange one. But yeah, a lovely juicy beer. Quite a nice, I'd say more of a citrusy nose. God, no, I won't have a ferret for a pet. Yeah, definitely New Zealand. Although you can't find this beer on the website, so I know Low Cost had it, so I presume Low Cost got it from somebody in England who'd got a load of them, ready to try to get rid of them, you know, to sell them. £6, I think it was, for a can. Oh God, yeah, definitely. Robin Hood Beer Festival. Just have a walk around drinking beers, you know, and try not to get too drunk too quickly in the day, as you do. I mean, the temperature today, wow, what a change from last week. You know, that crappy weather last week. And the good thing is, well, I don't think I've seen that on their website either. I looked at the website before I came on and I couldn't find this IPA. Yeah, new one for me. Nice long lasting taste, juicy. There's a hint of both citrus and tropical elements in it. But yeah, very nice, very smooth, no real bite to it, very easy drinking. Bedfordshire. Ooh. Good old, what's in Bedfordshire? What theme park's in Bedfordshire? Is it Legoland or is it Fort Park? One of the two. Legoland. Sure. Is Legoland in Bedfordshire? Oh, I might be wrong. I know one's near Windsor. That's Legoland, is near Windsor. Fort Park, I'm not sure. I don't really know that part of the world. I know it's a long drive from Nottingham, 3 hours. And that M25 is a joke. Where you're all ferreted into 3 lanes and then you see the inside lane and they're going like, "Wano, good evening." Yeah, Robin Hood Beer Festival, it gets bigger every year. I think last year over 20,000 people went to it. Well, not last year, no one went. I do apologise. The year before, 20,000 went to it. Yeah. And they need to tarmac it a bit more often. I went on it, it was awful, the road. I thought my car was falling to bits. I wouldn't like to live in London, personally. Is it Kent where they're building, or they're on about building, that London project, the mega theme park, like a English Disney? I'm sure it's supposed to be around Kent way. Let's hope it comes off. You know, it'd be brilliant for the UK. To have something like a Disney in the UK, we so need it. An all year round theme park. Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good pubs in Nottingham area when they're open, obviously, and a lot of tap rooms in and around the city centre. Scribbler's Ales, the one I did earlier, this one that I couldn't get the bloody flavour right. This one, it's they've got a tap room on Derby Road. It's fun being on the train drunk, isn't it? Waiting for your stop. You're like, oh God, start your head. Yeah. Yes. Neon Raptors in Snenton. Black Iris is in the old Shippos area. Yes, that could be a good weekend. Especially because the bound to have something going. Ah, right, yeah. I thought it was. Yeah. I think it'd be great. I mean, it's still a long way from me, but 3 or 4 hours travelling. Yeah. Legoland's all right, but God, it was busy. The one good thing about Nottingham, there is a lot of hotel accommodation. I mean, we've got about 100,000 students. That's why we're so bad with Corona. But we're all getting pissy arse and scrapping with each other's. Although I don't think it's students. I think it's the local lads who want to impress the student girls. But I always try and keep away from them pubs anyway. They're not worth the hassle. The tap bars are the best places to go. Good evening. Yeah, the tap bars. I mean, Neon Raptor. I've never been to Neon Raptor, so I'd love to go there. Totally Brewed. They've got a tap room in Beeston, which is a bit out of the way, really. You think they'd have it in town. Obviously, Black Iris. I don't know if... What's an SSI area? Nature thing. I think with the notification not going off, it's actually it's a quieter room tonight. A bit more chilled out. You've got 40 people there. It's like, bloody hell, there's a lot of people watching. I need to do a Neon Raptor beer haul. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I've not really focused on Neon Raptor. I mean, I know a lot about some breweries. Yeah, October the 13th to October the 16th. October the 13th, I think, must be a Thursday. Good evening. Site of scientific interest. I've seen some of the plans because I watch Theme Park Worldwide. Oh, I know what Snenton's like. Yeah, you'll be careful where you park around there. Yeah, I know where to park there. I was born in I was born not far away from there. You know, it's all dodgy area. Yeah, park on the wrong street, come back, no wheels. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, Blue Nose beer reviews. He'd know all about Snenton. Yeah, I'm in Deep Creek. This is one of those from the low cost surprise beer hall, and very nice beer from New Zealand, 6.9%. Very tropical nose, hint of hops on the nose. Yeah, that area. I mean, if I was going to go down there, I'd probably take a bus into town myself and try and not get mugged as I'm walking around. Although you can spot the idiots a mile off. I used to work in city centre parks. The artwork is nice, isn't it? Yeah, when I get some more pallets, I need to get some Euro pallets, some of the big, large pallets. I'm going to go on the Saturday because I think if anyone's going to have if we're going to have a meet up there, Saturday's the best because people work in the week, don't they? It starts on Thursday, so you've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You never go on a Sunday because there's no beer left. No, there's lots of beer left. They really do ramp up the beer, but the best stuff, you know, seems to go quick. But what they do is they have a shitload on reserve. So they don't always put all the best stuff out on day one, you know, primarily for that reason. So that, I mean, the local breweries are pretty good because they'll put loads of their barrels there. Ooh, they'll put loads of their barrels there, and You'll see that at Blue Monkey. They have their bosses there, and is it? Because he was on about coming up. Oh, that'll be interesting. Birthday weekend. Oh, you like the tap room at the back of me? Yeah. One of the followers of the channel, GoTed, he actually bought that. It came. He asked for my address, and I says, why? And he says, no, just give me your address, and I did. And I'll send you a surprise. And that came as a surprise, Raggy's Tap Room, which is great. I've just got to put a bit of wood underneath. I'll screw some wood underneath just so it flattens out nicely. It's on my to-do list. That's one way, isn't it? I mean, also in August, we've got Hucknall Beer Festival. So that's Lincoln Green, who are just here. Where is it? Where's my hand? There, that's Sheriff. That's one of theirs. Buttermuch is one of theirs as well. And Lincoln Green, big follower. I like their beers. And yeah, they're doing a beer festival as well. So I'm going to go up, show my face, put an hat on, see if anybody recognises me. Yeah. Although I feel daft if they do anyway, so I'll try and keep away from that. It's funny, doing beer reviews to people who I can't see is one thing. If there was 30 people in front of me, I'd feel a right tard. But yet some people can do it, no problem. I mean, that first time of talking to the camera when I did my John Smith's beer review, #1 beer review, it felt ever so strange. They're very different. I mean, the beer reviews you do at the weekend with them collaboration reviews where there's like 8 of you, it's not so bad then because, you know, people can see you, but it's more chilled, I think. Yeah, and well, Robin Hood, not so much Nottingham Forest, but yeah, this is Robin Hood country. Oh, it'd be a good laugh, wouldn't it? Yeah. It'd be good to see what people look like. Although, obviously, with the beer reviewers, I actually know what they look like because I've seen them. But with the non-beer reviewers, I don't actually nosy at people's profiles. I'm not that nosy, you know. But a lot of people put blank pictures up anyway, don't know, pictures of dogs or something. So this is a really easy going beer. Definitely a craft IPA. Yeah, definitely a craft IPA. Nice nose, juicy, very, very easy drinking. Love the, you know, it's very easy going. Have you? Bless you. I need to grab some balls and do that sort of thing and not worry about who's behind me. You always get somebody come up. The one good thing is at Nottingham's cricket ground, the Trent Bridge, there's the stands and you can go and sit in the stands. So I can get a beer. If it's a box ticking beer, go up the stands and do reviews and then walk back down again and say, I'm here, and join back in the party. And on the run up to it, on the run up to the Robin Hood Beer Festival, they always put the PDF online of what beers are coming out. That's great. So the last 2 beer festivals, I actually did videos. Nobody watched them because nobody knew about me. I had about fucking 10 subscribers. But obviously, you know, now that my name's nearer a bit more the YouTube ladder, and now I know how to hashtag and all that other stuff, it would be a bit more interesting. Nottingham Cricket Ground, yeah. So it would have been Nottingham Castle, but Nottingham Castle are about 1.5 years behind on their work. So it got moved to Motorpoint, and again, Motorpoint, they've overbooked. So because obviously all these concerts that were supposed to be going ahead have all been pushed back. So they've had to choose the, you know, yeah, they've had to choose the cricket ground. I'm doing more beer festivals this year. I'm going to drag the wife out as well. Get one of the kids to babysit my young one, because he won't want to go. And, enjoy a few more. Yes, do 2 beer reviews. I may even do 3. Depends how long I am talking. Although usually I do about half an hour per review, and that's enough. And as long as I don't get talking and rattling, you know how it is. Can't help myself sometimes. But yeah, enjoying this. Really nice beer. I must tag my mate and say, I'm drinking a bit of New Zealand tonight. He was so pissed off. I've added the worst beer review that I've ever gave out, score-wise, onto the funny list today. Yeah. 0.5 out of 5. Even I didn't realise I'd done one that low. Yeah. Oh, what a day today. So warm, so nice. It was like spring. I got to work within an hour. The jacket was off, the hat was off. And beautiful, brilliant day's work. This one. Oh, what was the beer? No, it was a cider. Yeah, it was a mulled cider. And no, it wasn't prune. No, it wasn't prune beer. My prune juice wine tasted nicer, hell of a lot nicer. Yeah, by a massive distance. I think the only other one that I've rated really, really low, I did a Budweiser at 1.8, because you remember certain things. And I did the Marco Pierre, whatever it was, at about 2.2. But I don't normally give that real, I try and be positive. But, there's a time when you drink something that's so disgusting. I've never seen any owls. Never seen any owls at all. Apart from at theme parks, obviously. Drayton Manor, they have owls. Yeah. I have never tipped a beer away. I mean, I've made some own brew that's nicer and prune wine. And I've drank that. And, I've drank some rancid stuff over the years. And that was just too much. I don't know if the bottle had gone off, whether there was an issue. Prune beer. Don't want to make it. I'm not going to bother making it though. I want to start doing some juice wines again soon, because I haven't brewed for a while. So it'd be nice to do something random and different. I'm going to offload a load of my wine to somebody who's a mate of mine, who's a right pisshead. He'll drink oat. And I'm going to give him about 20 bottles of wine just to get rid of it. Yeah. Plus, if he drinks it, then I don't have to drink it, and might make myself better. Plus, I'm not going to buy any spirits for the next few months either. I'm going to be trying to be better, trying to lower the content down. Although I looked at what some of you were drinking the other night on some of the collabs, and I'm thinking, bloody hell, these lot can neck it. Yes, I do. I do want to do an imperial ginger beer at some stage. Yeah. There's projects that I certainly want to do. If I want doing beer reviews, I probably would take so many days off and just think, sod it, just clear off the booze for a bit. But I actually like the beer reviews. It's a bit of interaction. When you're talking to Robbins all day, it's nice to actually have a chat. Is that the kit? Cooper's Australia. I've heard of the kit. I had a real issue with Cooper's. Their ginger beer. Could never get it to brew properly. The yeast was always crap. So I'd end up getting different yeast, and it worked brilliant. So always, especially on their ginger beers, their yeast is awful. I can't say the rest for what the other kits, because I've never done one. I do want to do some more kits this year, but see what's out there. See if there's any new exciting kits, and maybe even go for one of these part grain kits where you do a bit of boiling and you add it and whatever you do, I don't know. But yeah, just to see where it goes. But obviously using a plastic fermentation bucket rather than, you know, what they use, the proper beer people, you know, all these devices with. Do they? Oh. Bit like, I suppose, like St. Peter's here and Tiny Rebel. Although it's not actually St. Peter's who make. Good evening. It's not actually St. Peter's who make it. It's Muntons who make it for St. Peter's. But I suppose that's the same with the likes of Tiny Rebel, Director, Courage. Yeah, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. If I fuck it up. Yeah, I've never had issues with yeast, bar that one. Yeah, and I brewed it about 3 times. Every time it came out cloudy. The yeast, I had to reignite the yeast. I've learnt now that via my temper, being pissed off at the yeast not doing out, that sometimes if it doesn't bubble after a few days, it's not doing anything. I go in, give it a bloody good rattle, and all of a sudden it's bubbling away like a twat. With the ginger beer that I want to do, I'm going to use a champagne yeast, or maybe even a Belgian yeast, just for the sake of it. Yeah, I mean, if you do a lot of home brewing, wow, there's some cracking kits out there. It makes you wonder what are the best homebrew beers, you know, actually in kit form, especially amongst the cheaper ones. I mean, people I know use like the Wilco's kits as core kits that can play around with. So they'll add treacle to it, or they'll add coffee or whatever. Banana and ginger together. Now that'd be something different. Using Belgian yeast. Ooh. I like banana. I like ginger. I don't know if they'd go together well though in a beer. Yeah, it could be a dicey situation. Yeah. I mean, rhubarb and ginger. Whew. I've done that rhubarb and ginger wine I made was unbelievable. Yeah, I give them a right good bloody shake. You know when they're not working, and I can't hear them bubbling enough. I'm like, right, you bastard. Really give it a good shake. You just get fed up, don't you? You're like, I paid 40 quid for this kit, or something along them lines. Anyway, well, one kit I did. Then again, even for the wife, what the wife bought me, the 80 quid kit, that wasn't bubbling enough. So that got some rattle. I went in the dining room, went, right, bastard. Started rattling it around. I thought, you'll bubble now. And funnily enough, after that, it was great. It was the carbon, the airlock was going like mad for days. So it just goes to show you sometimes they need a bit of a kick up the arse. I brewed a simply ginger beer kit. I brewed it very short. I think it was 12 litres instead of 23 or 24, whatever it is. And it came out lovely, so strong. And I added the boil of ginger root to it as well. Beer with cornflakes, different. I know you can make nettle beer, and I was reading a gardening magazine the other day where they made beer out of dandelions and wine out of dandelions, and I'm thinking, you know, yeah, that's a bridge too far for me. Funny you should mention that. I did an apple juice wine, and it wasn't doing anything. But I'd also done an orange juice wine. That was fantastic. Ooh, sounds nice though. Um, And the apple wine wasn't having it. It wasn't fermenting or anything. After the orange juice had finished, I actually poured the apple juice into the sediment of the orange, and it was fantastic. So whether I managed to kill the yeast, I don't know. But the orange juice yeast really did. Right. You know a lot more about proper brewing than I do. So this fella, 6.9%. Very good nose at the start. Really good. Between tropical and citrus, there's a lot of flavours there. I'm not getting one initial flavour that's burst into me, but a little bit of hops on the nose, smooth tasting throughout, very smooth, very juicy throughout. And to say it's 6.9%, no way am I getting the 6.9. And I find that with juicy beers that you don't get the ABV. You know, some beers you can tell it straight away. You think, right, what's the ABV? And if you're not looking, you know, they can really hit you. But this one, definitely, yeah, you gotta love the owl, haven't you? New Zealand beer, you know, good to have a New Zealand beer. Love to go there one day. And they've got a prime minister who don't mess about with COVID, that's for sure. And I'd like to go and see where Lord of the Rings was made, you know, as a fan of Lord of the Rings, especially the extended versions where it's 4 hours long. Although trying not to fall asleep watching a 4-hour film, deadly. I fall asleep watching WandaVision, I do. That's only half an hour. Really enjoyed that. Long lasting taste, enjoyable throughout. Now I'm getting the ABV. I think drinking a lot of it all in one go. Yeah, they were all great films. I don't think the Hobbit films are quite as good, but they're still good films. You know, it's relatable. Yeah, I think for me, I would go for about a 4.4 out of 5 on this one. Yeah, but it's a very nice beer nonetheless. Right, I need to kill this with you. Yeah, I mean, I've loved Australia as well. Wow, what a place. I'd live in Australia. Can't be any worse than England. So, and that's it for this review. Thank you all for watching and commenting and liking and subscribing and all that. And back in 2 minutes, another beer review. A strong one, hopefully. Cheers. Back.